Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have Bright Mountain Media. It trades on the OTCQB under the symbol BMTM, and it unites technology, creative media, and advertising fused together with data-driven insights. Bright Mountain Media provides a holistic view of target audiences, ultimately powering their customers' creative and media strategies to deliver business results. Please welcome its CEO, Matt Drinkwater. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, Anna. Good morning. Excited to be here to tell you a little bit about Bright Mountain Media, what we're up to, and where we're going. And so excited to spend the next 20, 25 minutes telling you about the company. So to tell you a little bit more about Bright Mountain Media, we are a diverse holding company of technology, media, and creative assets. And we've just completed a transformative acquisition on April 20th of 2023. We acquired the assets of Big Village. There are two business entities that we acquired, Big Village Insights and Big Village Agency. They add, on an annualized basis, $50 million of revenue. They're accretive to our adjusted EBITDA, and we believe they are synergistic both strategically and financially. As for what the future holds of our new entity, we will continue to look to add assets that will fuel both our publishing, our ad tech, and our insights divisions. And we believe they are playing in a high growth segment of digital advertising, which has been a consistent growth market for over 20 years. And we believe will continue to be that despite some current turbulence in that market segment. I want to tell you a little bit more about the portfolio of assets that I've just touched on. We own and operate 4 distinct businesses. As I mentioned, Big Village Insights. It's a proprietary research and insights company. They work with predominantly Fortune 100 companies. They work with the majority of Fortune 100 companies in the United States, providing market research, audience segmentation, first-party data solutions, and brand measurement solutions. We also own Big Village Agency, which is a full-service media and creative ad agency. So they work with customers to develop strategic communications plans and then deliver those through the creation of advertising creative and media solutions. We own and operate Wild Sky Media, which is a publishing division consisting of a number of mom-focused owned and operated websites. And we own Brightstream, which is our own proprietary ad tech stack, delivering efficiencies across both the supply and the demand side of the ad tech ecosystem. I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes going into a little more depth of each of these 4 business units. So Wild Sky Media, we own and operate 4 websites, iconic websites in and of themselves: mom.com, Cafe Mom, littlethings.com, and mamaslatinas.com. When I say owned and operated, that means we create the content for those websites. We publish that content to those websites. We distribute that content onto social media networks like Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok. And we monetize that content by selling advertising. We have 2 monetization channels behind this publishing division. The first is a programmatic revenue channel whereby we make our inventory available to various demand-side platforms, and we generate revenue in that through that channel. And the second is through a direct sales channel where we work directly with brands, a sampling of which you can see at the bottom of this slide, and their advertising agency to create custom curated advertising solutions, whether it be to fuel their back-to-school campaigns, their holiday campaigns, or their always-on campaigns where they are seeking to influence our audience of moms who are the predominant household purchase decision makers in America today. It's been a successful business for us. It's a high-margin business for us, and we will continue to work to grow that audience and to roll up mom publishing in general. Moving on to our ad tech stack, we own and operate our own advertising technology. It's been built with a team of software engineers based in Mumbai, India. We've been working on this product for 3.5 years now. We have found a spot in the marketplace focused on the CTV category, where we pass along our software development efficiencies to the demand side and make that attractive through pricing efficiencies. And we also offer our technology to the supply side, where we offer publishers increased and improved yield on the inventory that they are looking to monetize through advertisers. So we sit in the middle of an exchange between supply and demand. We experienced explosive growth in 2022 on this platform and are looking to continue to invest in measured growth into the ad tech space. You can get a sampling of some of the well-recognized, internationally known ad exchanges and supply-side platforms in Xandr, PubMatic, Zeta, et cetera. We are partnered and growing through those partnerships with this type of customer. Moving on, Big Village Insights is a long-standing market research and consumer data company. They've been around in various iterations for 40 plus years. Many of the customers that you see logoed here on this slide have been with Big Village for multiple decades. These are long-standing customers who rely on Big Village to deliver the types of consumer research and insights necessary to develop products, to go to market with products, and to develop marketing strategies that will have high impact and ROI on their target consumers. They have been consistently delivering white glove consultative research and insights and continue to power through renewing the types of customers that you see here by differentiating through their service layer. And lastly, Cassandra is a market-leading youth market research offering. Cassandra has been around for 25 years. They are a well-established, well-known market research product that has been researching and developing theses on generation after generation. They have now been, if you think about the baby on board sign that became ubiquitous back in the 90s, Cassandra was performing market research on that cohort of youth. That cohort of youth are now parents. And so we now have multi-generational studies that we help brands understand so that they can better craft marketing campaigns that will be relevant and impactful on the current generation of youth. So tying this all together, how does this all work together? The 4 business units all operate independently. They are standalone businesses that have their own growth strategies. However, when we embarked on this acquisition, we felt that there were both financial and strategic synergies to the acquisition. And so to talk a little bit more about the strategic synergies, we are actively working on programs to move customers around this portfolio. Some of that successful work is already established. So to give you an example, Big Village Agency has a number of customers who are looking for support to identify new customer segments. Big Village Insights offers a wide array of audience intelligence and audience targeting solutions. So there are a number of Big Village Agency customers who are now also purchasing services from Big Village Insights. And this has been happening for 18 months plus, and we will look to continue to move customers across that portfolio. In addition, since the acquisition, we are 84 days into the acquisition. We have developed a series of products and have delivered the packaging of those products from Big Village Insights into our media businesses. So, for instance, Wild Sky Media has a very large number of proposals out in the market that not only contain media solutions, they also contain Big Village Insight solutions. I can tell you, I'm very excited to report in the last 2 weeks, we've closed our first deal that contains a media solution packaged with an insight solution. The closing of that deal is absolutely attributable to the fact that we've combined a media solution to target moms with an insights product that will help that company better understand moms through their media solution. And we will look to continue to unlock those synergies in the days, weeks, and months ahead. And we do think it's an important part of our 2024 growth strategy as we move forward. So what does this expose us to from a TAM standpoint? Well, clearly, we are playing in the digital advertising landscape. This shouldn't be a tremendous surprise to anybody that this has been an up and to the right category for quite some time. I started in digital advertising myself in 1999, and through a little luck and a little fortitude have fueled a 23 plus year career in an industry that has almost exclusively moved up and to the right. And that's purely fueled by the consumer migration to technology and digital media formats. There appears to be no natural end in sight. You see a continued migration from analog to digital media consumption, the emergence of streaming platforms, the emergence of pure digital platforms like TikTok is only going to continue fueling this for the foreseeable future. And we are certainly exposed to that opportunity through both our media segments in Wild Sky and Brightstream, as well as our agency and insight segments. The second opportunity that we play in squarely is market research and insights. It is ostensibly an $80 billion category. And while it is not necessarily as high growth category as digital media, it is stable and consistent. And if you look at our customer retention on the insight side, it tells you that if you can be a high quality, consistent, trustworthy business partner, you will retain clients for many, many years, as we see that in our insights business. So just to summarize for everyone, we finalized an acquisition on April 20th of Big Village Insights and Big Village Agency. It is adding $50 million in annualized revenue. We fully expect it to be accretive to our adjusted EBITDA. We paid 0.5x sales for this asset. I think that's very important to understand. We acquired these assets through a bankruptcy proceeding, and we're able to, in our mind, acquire these assets at a significant discount, trading at 0.5x 2023 projected sales. We believe it is playing us into a white space in our industry. There is a state of high regulation happening in digital media. The two biggest signals of that are what's happening with the cookie deprecation by Google and the significant tightening of PII treatment in the Apple ecosystem. That is making it harder for brands and their ad agencies to identify, understand, and reach the target audiences that are critical to fuel their businesses. That has created a white space for new targeting and new creative strategies to enter the market. And we believe we are uniquely positioned through our insights business to fuel that into our media ownership position. So we believe we're playing in a white space that is new and timely and full of opportunity for new players to come in and fill this void that is being created by a highly regulatory environment that you're seeing manifest with companies such as Google and Apple. We believe there's a tremendous opportunity to roll up on the media side, whether that be a continued roll up of the mom audience or entry into new niche vertical audiences, whereby, again, we can leverage existing products and solutions developed by our insights company and monetize them a second and third time through our media assets. And obviously, we believe deeply in the management team we've assembled. I'll share more on that in a moment. If you look at it a little bit more through a financial lens, you can see the company performance over a 5-year period. 2023, that's a forecast. We expect revenue in 2023, reported revenue to be north of $43 million. You can see that on a 5-year basis, we will deliver a CAGR of 91%. We think that's tremendous performance, and we believe that is not entirely recognized by the investment community. If you look at it from an asset standpoint, we've also made a transformative move through this acquisition, bringing our total asset value to north of $72 million. We're just incredibly excited about what that does for our company and the opportunities that it creates for us to continue to grow both organically and through acquisition. You can certainly see a little bit more about our management team. We've provided links to the LinkedIn profiles of our key management team. Like I said, I've been in the digital advertising and marketing space for north of 23 years, working at a variety of large, well-known consumer companies like Twitter, Yahoo, BuzzFeed, et cetera. And we will continue to bolster what is already a strong management team through as I mentioned, hiring and acqui-hiring. So I would say, in summary, the investment thesis is the following. We've just completed what we believe is a transformational deal that has not yet been recognized by investors. We are 85 days into the integration and the transition, and I can report that it's going according to plan. We've had very little slippage in terms of customers through these asset acquisitions that were coming out of bankruptcy. So that's a tremendous testament to the job that management has done in communicating to customers, both pre and post acquisition. So again, to restate the investment thesis, transformational deal. We have investments. Number two, we have investments in a high growth sector, particularly digital media, that while maybe in a short-term bumpy road in 2023, will continue to grow and outperform the general media sector. And three, we have developed products in Big Village Insights that we can monetize through our other media channels that will prove incremental and additive to the overall business. So we are tremendously excited about what we've accomplished in the first 6 months of this year, and have full confidence that we've made an acquisition that will transform our business today and into the future, both in the second half and into 2024. And so I just want to close with that, and we'll welcome Anna back for a Q&A session.
Great job, Matt. Yes, as a mom, as a media professional, I know about Cafe Mom. I was very well aware of it. I actually did some hosting for it for back in the day, so it's a good brand to have. Let's talk a little bit about, how did you find Big Village, and how much did you pay for the acquisition?
Yeah, so we started an M&A process in August of 2022, and we were looking for opportunities that we thought would either propel us by rolling up the publishing industry, the publishing vertical, by acquiring additional mom audiences, or acquiring other technology or marketing services companies that would be complementary to our existing assets. What we were finding, I would say, in Q3 and Q4 of 2022 is that the valuations were still, I would call it a seller's market. And so we vetted a number of companies and couldn't quite find one that we felt comfortable with, both strategically and financially. In February of 2023, an opportunity was brought to us highlighting a potential bankruptcy proceeding with Big Village. They had 4 different entities in that holding company. We took a look, and we really thought that Big Village Agency and Big Village Insights was the right fit. They were both profitable. They were both full of talent. We ingested 175 professionals in those 2 companies that have significant experience and expertise in their fields. And we thought that would be a tremendous infusion of talent to the company. And we were able to acquire it, as I said, for 0.5 sales. And so we just felt like between the talent, the synergy of their products and services, and the acquisition price, we just felt like we were getting an unbelievable deal. We went through a bankruptcy process and came out the victor in the auction.
And so is the revenue from Big Village 100% additive to the legacy business's existing revenue? Can you explain that?
Yeah, it is 100%. Each of these entities, both agency and insights, bring their own products, their own customers, their own contracts, their own customer pipelines to Bright Village. And they continue to operate those businesses successfully. And, as I said, there's no duplication of customers or contracts in this acquisition. It is 100% additive.
And so you talked about synergies with your portfolio. Share some specific examples of where that's worked and how realistic is it to monetize existing clients up to 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, it's a great question. So some of that work, I will say, was lying on the floor, and we just needed to pick it up and continue running with it. So what do I mean by that? Big Village Agency has a number of customers where they offer media planning and buying solutions. There are cases where those customers need help identifying, segmenting, and reaching new audience segments that they may not feel they understand or have access to in their current course of business. Big Village Insights has a product called Audience Intelligence, where they use panel data, they supplement that with contextual data, and they offer a cluster of 5,000 audience segments that is new and unique. It's not something you can get in any other media channel. And the agency has several customers that have analyzed that and felt that it was on a standalone basis, an additive solution, and have acquired, become new customers effectively of Big Village Insights to leverage and utilize that audience segmentation tool through Big Village Agency. So some of that work was already happening. We will look to continue that and to accelerate it. Some of the newer opportunities we've explored is we just last week launched a new mom panel through Wild Sky Media. So it's called the Mom Life. We are in the process of recruiting new moms, and we are leveraging the proprietary research capabilities of Big Village Insights to stand up a new mom panel. And we are offering access to the Mom Life Moms panel through our Wild Sky direct sales channel. So for instance, last week we had a customer say, okay, I will commit to a 6-figure media agreement with Wild Sky Media in order to get access to the Mom Life panel, whereby I can pose 2, 3, 4 questions that's important for my brand to help me better understand mom as I move forward and try to impact mom and convince mom that she should buy my product for her children. That is a totally incremental new revenue stream, and it's leveraging a product that already exists. So the COGS to run Mom Life are baked in, they're built in. It's not costing us any additional money to introduce this product to the market, and we are leveraging it through the media channel. And we're, we are 85 days into that work, and are already starting to see some very, very positive results. The third channel, the third monetization opportunity with that audience segmentation solution is through our SSP on BrightStream. That requires a little bit more development work. It's not quite ready to launch, but we are looking at that 5,000 segment audience segment solution that Insights has developed and porting that into our SSP so that buyers can come in and trade and buy and trade inventory, leveraging this audience segmentation product. For the publishers, it only improves their yield, right? By enriching their inventory with new audience segmentation, it improves their yield, thus improving our position with that publisher community. So that work is underway this summer, and we think in late Q3, early Q4, we'll start to monetize.
Perfect. Matt, talk a little bit about 2023, starting with the impact of the bankruptcy and how that impacted the businesses you acquired.
Great question. So I will tell you that we performed what I would consider a significant amount of due diligence through this acquisition process. We had a very large support network internally and externally with third parties. And we spent a significant amount of time with the Big Village management team. And what I would tell you is that there was no customer attrition on Big Village agency, zero attrition through the bankruptcy proceeding. On the Big Village Insight side, they had a couple of customers that paused spending. However, zero contractual attrition. And some of that's because they deliver a very unique consultative solution to those customers that have been working with Big Village Insights for, as I mentioned, in some cases, decades. And so the switching cost is high. Not to say you don't need to be, keenly aware of the risks. But they've driven that value proposition very deeply into those customers. So I can say that through the bankruptcy proceeding, there's been little to no customer attrition. There is some market headwinds in marketing services, right? There is some concern around the strength of the consumer, which is causing some slowdown in spend on marketing service solutions. And so there are some headwinds in the Insights business, but those are marketplace and not due to the acquisition. And we are able to plan around those.
And so why was revenue down in the first quarter for Bright Mountain?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So Bright Mountain, we really experienced two impacts. One is in our BrightStream business, we had some revenue concentration, and that was building throughout 2022. It did fuel significant growth in the business. We had a particular customer that significantly increased their spend throughout 2022. Despite being aware of it and sort of seeing it play out in front of your eyes, ability to decrease that reliance and diversify around that individual customer proved difficult to do in real time. I can tell you where we stand at the halfway point of 2023. We have accomplished that revenue diversification. And so I can say with confidence, we will no longer be at risk of running into a revenue concentration issue in the BrightStream business. However, it did have a significant impact on us in the first half of 2023. On the Wild Sky side, some of that, again, I would go back and say it is there was a pullback in top of the funnel brand spending in the digital ad sector in the first half of 2023. Brands were skittish looking at interest rates, worrying about inflation and the impact on consumer spending. And as a result, took a very conservative approach to their ad budgets in the first half of the year. We are seeing that loosen up here as we transition into the summer months and second half planning starts. I can say that our pipeline of RFPs for Wild Sky has increased significantly in the last month in preparation for that back to school and holiday push through the rest of the year.
The mom market's a big market. Let's talk about growth. So do you anticipate the need to raise capital to pursue this growth, or can growth be funded with existing cash flow?
I think we would treat that in a dynamic way. We are constantly looking at our current situation and at future opportunities, and taking it as it comes. We are in discussions with a variety of investors who are interested and see growth potential in the company. And so we're treating it, on the fly in a dynamic way.
And what do you believe is a realistic top line growth rate after the acquisition has been more fully integrated?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, we're, as I said, 85 days into the integration, working through, adoption and understanding of, two significant businesses that we're ingesting, and, the consistency of their forecasting. I think we're nearing completion of that process, and generally getting close to having a very strong handle on the consolidated businesses. If I were asked today, I would say we think there's visibility to 10% organic growth in 2024, which would propel us into profitability. And so early read, that would be an expectation that I think we can deliver on.
And is your management team more focused on top line growth or bottom line profitability?
At the moment, we are hyper-focused on bottom line profitability, right? There are, as I mentioned, there are some macro headwinds that we face in the marketing and advertising sectors. We are fully confident. I've been through these cycles. This will be the third time I've been through this cycle. I can think back to the dot-com bubble in 2001 and again in 2008. And so I have confidence that these are short-term headwinds, and that marketing and advertising expenditures will return to previous levels. As a result, we feel like the responsible thing to do is focus on profitability, weather what I do consider to be a short-term headwind, and prep ourselves operationally, from a discipline, from a reporting, and from a strategy perspective, put us in the right position, to capture what will be a return to growth in the coming months.
Perfect. Well, Matt, do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to leave our audience and investors with?
I would just say thank you for the opportunity. We're really excited. We do think, again, this is a transformational deal that has not been recognized by the investment community to date. We think we give investors exposure to an incredible sector in digital advertising, and we're super excited about the strategic fit of Insights and Agency into our media assets and our ability to take existing products and solutions and remonetize them in new channels. And so we think it's a tremendous opportunity, and encourage people to reach out and ask more questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Great presentation. We were so happy to have you on our conference today, and we'd love for you to come back in the future with some updates.
Thank you, Anna. Would love to.
Okay. All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with our next presenter.